Live. The news on NBC6 starts now.
Well, 2020 has been a challenging year for small businesses, too, across the nation and here. But how will they fare with the incoming administration in the White House next year? The major changes to look out for just ahead. Small businesses could be in for some changes with the new administration coming into Washington. Joining us right now is J Karch. He's the president of Boca Raton consulting group GARDANT Global. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Trina.
Tell us what kinds of changes we could be seeing with a Biden administration for small businesses.
Well, I think there's a couple of different ones. First and foremost, I think with the pandemic and the potential shutdown that may actually occur, now is a perfect time for organizations to become, to actually be proactive rather than reactive in their preparation. So back in March, everybody was reactive. Everybody was leaving the offices and just kind of disbanding and not really knowing what to do. Now they can actually be proactive, plan for really a healthy return to work. In that healthy return to work, they can look at the future elements like sanitization in the companies, technologies that are out there, contact tracing, automatic contact tracing, et cetera, so that they can actually prepare themselves really for the return, a healthy return to work, because employees want to feel that.
Well, everybody would love people to return to work if it's safe enough. What if it's not a return but further lockdowns? What should they be doing, to try and continue business and try and keep their companies viable and don't end up going out of business?
Right. Well, that's very, very interesting as well. A couple of things to really take a look at and take a thought through. First and foremost, if you're running a corporation that is technology-based or you're using technology and computers and so forth in your organization, you really need to look at cybersecurity. You really need to look at, for your organization, now is a great time, if people are working from home, to start shutting down and being cognizant of the cybersecurity elements that are required. The second thing to think about is to really focus your direction, if you will, on the individuals as they're working from home and looking at the opportunities that are out there. If you're looking at the Biden administration, for example, the promise of the infrastructure modernization plans that are out there. If you're a construction company, now is a perfect time to actually have your individuals at home start getting the certifications needed to compete for government contracts in that infrastructure rebuild. If there's a $300 billion number there, take advantage of it.
What about, and we need a quick answer on this, regulations? There's been some talk since the Trump administration really did a lot away with regulations, that some new regulations may be coming in, for example, environmental and some others. What should they be doing on that front, if anything?
Well, I think the regulations, you don't know yet. You really don't know what Congress is going to look like. You don't know how things are going to be moving, and if the environmental side they're going to continue passing new regulations. We don't know that yet. You kind of have to wait for that. But what you can start to do is look at the various certifications that are required out there. You can look at the International Standards Organization for quality certifications. Those are going to be mandatory. Get certified. Get your organization certified. You can look at the different if you're a veteran-owned small business, a woman-owned small business, a minority-owned small business, get registered with the government agencies, whether it's state and local, federal. As long as you're registered, then at that point, you're in the game. Once you're in the game, you can play the game.
Excellent. Some great information and great advice there, Paul. We thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take care.